We got another episode of Street Sounds, Mike B. You know what I'm saying? No face, no case. I got a special guest, right? This dude came all the way from, you know what I mean, out of town to be up on the show. He said, Mike, fuck the Zoom interview. I got to come down in person. So, by request, you know what I'm saying? I know who you are, but for, you know what I mean, the new viewers, the Street Sounds, Philly, Jersey, Delaware, tell everybody what's your name and what you do.
EBK JR.
Alright.
Is EBK.
What is going on with this drill music up in New York? Here in Philly, we don't call it drill music. We just call it we don't call it drill music. I won't even say it's drill music out here. What's going on? You know what I mean? Up the Big Apple with this drill shit going on.
That shit is just like it's like a big ass TV show, honestly.
What is going on with this drill music up in New York? Here in Philly, we don't call it drill music. We just call it we don't call it drill music. I won't even say it's drill music out here. What's going on? You know what I mean? Up the Big Apple with this drill shit going on.
That shit is just like it's like a big ass TV show, honestly. It's just nothing but entertainment.
Do people like take this shit? Like, I know people take this shit seriously. You know what I mean? To the point where, you know, you can't be like, you know what I mean, caught lacking and everything like that, and you gotta constantly watch your back. You know what I mean? How important is it for you to, like, you know what I mean, stay 10 toes down and just stay away from all the bullshit?
Very important. Niggas got goals. We all got goals. If we get caught lacking, we ain't gonna be able to reach them goals. We got families to feed, all that shit.
How long have you been doing music for? Did you always start off as a drill artist, I should say?
Nah, I tried a lot of different flows, honestly. I tried sing rapping at first. I tried rapping at first. And then as soon as I started drill rapping, that's when my numbers started going up. So it's gonna stick. But probably this year, I probably hit like 8 years I've been rapping.
Now,
Gangster.
with people, you know what I mean, around you, did they embrace it at first, or was it one of them type of situations they had to get used to it first because they were so used to you just jumping and doing different things?
Yeah, no one embraced it at first. It was like, when I just started rapping, it was just mad different for everyone. No one ever expected me to rap. Once I seen my niggas start rapping, I just started, like, you know, I followed through with it. But yeah, no one ever expected me to rap. So it was hard trying to get a fan base and shit from niggas, cause you know how growing up with your 10-year nigga or some shit, and you just see you start doing some different shit, you just like, oh shit, like, should I support this or not? Like, you know, like every nigga know how that shit go.
So when you was jumping from, like, switching your different lanes and everything, did them people still, you know what I mean, do you still, you know what I mean, do they still fuck with you? Do they still rock with you? Or they be like, damn, no, you know what? I liked you better when you was doing this, and now you doing this, like, you know, are they like still confused, or they know that now you're here to stay with the drill?
Yeah, they're still in between confusing shit. But they're more accepting it now though, cause I've been doing it for a little while now, so they more accepted it now. So when I drop shit, I get interactions more versus before. No one would interact with my shit like that.
All right, okay. What for somebody said? What does your name stand for?
EBK. It's just basically everybody kill it, but my definition of it is just I don't fuck with niggas that don't fuck with me. I don't like people that don't like me, feel me? So once I started getting hated on a lot, I changed my name. I added the EBK to it. It used to be JR. I just added the EBK to it once niggas started hating heavy. So, yeah.
They started hating because you stopped fucking with them, or just because now you started getting your lane and you started getting your fan base together?
All that together.
Alright. So, when you're doing music, is there somebody that you hate, that you say, man, fuck that, I'm going right in and I'm going to talk about this motherfucker?
Nah, I don't hate nobody. That's a strong word. I hate my worst enemy.
How about the word dislike?
Yeah, I dislike niggas, but I only dislike niggas that don't like me.
Okay.
I'm never a hating type of person ever. I always support motherfuckers. Always. Like, Like, you can ask niggas. Niggas know I support niggas. But versus me, I don't get the same love. I mean, I'm not really tripping about it. I know how it goes. But yeah, I show mad love to motherfuckers countless times.
And they just not giving it back for whatever reasons. It must be like, you know what I mean, going back to, you know, not having, you getting more supporters and you getting more attention, and now they feel like, oh man, he on some other shit, so I can't fuck with him.
Yeah, so basically, I come from Rhode Island and shit, so when I was rapping in Rhode Island and shit, there's a big hate base out there. No one wants to see you doing good. No one next to you wants to see you doing good, at least at all. So if you could do numbers in that state, I feel like you could just do numbers anywhere. Cause my fan base in New York, I could pull up to one of my people's hood in New York right now. I got a whole fan base out there. Like, it's crazy. Motherfuckers show me love out there versus from where my home state was. Shit is crazy.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's like same thing here in Philly. Like, you know, it's like you almost gotta be, you know what I mean, do your thing somewhere else for motherfuckers to really accept you, because it's a lot of dick riding going on, and everybody's clicked up, and if you're not rolling with this clique, you're really not important and stuff. Yeah. So I feel like you gotta go out of town, you know what I mean, to make your mark and shit.
Definitely.
What's the scene like over there in Rhode Island compared to New York? We know New York is a bigger city, state, and everything like that.
I'll really, if we're gonna talk about that, I gotta individually pick it, like city by city. So like, I'm gonna say Providence is basically like a mini New York. So like, everything New York does, Rhode Island jacks. Rhode Island jacks, all New York stuff, Massachusetts stuff, Jersey shit. That's just how it goes. We just jack a lot of other state shit, but there's a lot of good talent in Rhode Island too. I'm not gonna lie, like there isn't. There definitely is, but we're just very slept on.
Is it because you think because it's a smaller market compared to New York, and then people are like,
I already had big name people tell me that you can't do the sales out there. It doesn't add up. If you got the population out there, probably like 1.5 million, 1 million people, you gotta basically have all them people on your shit, viewing your shit if you want to do numbers. So New York versus Rhode Island, it's way different. Right. Brooklyn alone, Bronx alone is as big as Rhode Island. So you could do the same numbers in Rhode Island and Bronx type shit, but imagine the whole New York type shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, so if it comes to like an A&R, they'll rather look at a New York nigga than a Rhode Island nigga, because New York, you could do sales in New York.
Right.
The population is way different.
As far as, let me see, what's the question? Because I just lost the question. Let me think of a good one. Hold on. What part of New York would you say shows you the most love? Yeah, what part of New York would you say that?
I'm gonna have to say Bronx and maybe a little bit of Brooklyn. And I see this just off, like, when I be dropping videos, you know, you can see the insights and statistics and all that shit.
Right.
I see it from there alone. So numbers just tell me where all my views been coming from. Never mind the love I be getting on Instagram from people in Bronx and shit. So yeah, youngster, I support anyone that supports me.
And you know what, that's the way it should be. I see you get a lot of love from like the different drill pages and stuff like that. Talk about,
shout out my niggas New York drill page.
Talk about how how you was able to get in with these people, and then how most people in comments say, why are you posting this person? Why are you posting that person? Tell them how important it is to have their social media shit correct in order for these blogs to go fuck with them.
That's a good point that you said that shit. 'Cause honestly, I see a lot of people's pages that like people be hitting me up that be showing me love and shit. And I ain't gonna lie, people be asking for me advice and shit because they see what I'm doing. So I be low key telling people, like, you got a lot of posts on your page, like you gotta go through your shit, like minimize, take out the least post that's booming, like put the most important post on your page, leave the most important post on there so it looks good. So when people viewing your shit, the shit looks good. But you can't just be, I don't, like, anyone that be having, like, a post all over the place and shit, like, I feel like not a lot of people's gonna take this shit serious.
See, when I post, I might post maybe twice a week. And they say,
but you already have a fan base. It's different. You
right, right, so yeah. You don't have a fan base. Yeah, you
that's
have.
What I'm saying. No one that got a fan base yet. They can't be really doing all that sometimes. You gotta strategize on what you want to post.
Yeah, and like you said, the least number of comments, you gotta take that shit off. You gotta archive that shit.
You see?
Because you can't go from having like 300 comments and 1,000 likes to 23 comments and 2 likes, and it's like, yo, something ain't adding up and shit.
And a lot of people be paying for follows and shit. Stop doing that shit.
Yeah, I seen that a lot. This one girl, she had like maybe 1,000 likes and she had like 5 comments. I said, sis, you need to chill with that bullshit.
Who just got exposed for that? Yes, G just got exposed for that shit.
Yeah.
So it just was saying how he was buying followers and shit. Yeah, you need to stop doing that.
Like how you get 1,000 likes and you only got like 5 comments.
Yeah, it's not making sense.
And then it's been like 4 weeks later. Like, yo, like y'all gotta stop that shit.
Nah, bro, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? And I was like, yo, for real? I was like, okay, sis, I'm not even trying to argue with me. I'm not even finna argue with you. You got that.
Yeah,
go buy some more followers.
This shit's crazy.
What shows have you done recently? Have you done any shows recently? Like, what is like the outcome when it comes to doing a show in certain parts of New York and you knowing that you got ops, you got motherfuckers not liking you and stuff like that? Do you still say, you know what?
Honestly, that's a good thing you say that, because when certain motherfuckers do shows and shit, they can't really do the shows. The cops be shutting the shows down because they know gang violence is gonna happen over there and shit. But I'm not doing any shows yet until I like get way more hot. Like I've been rapping for a long already, so I already did shows in the past with big artists. Like I performed for Pop Smoke and shit before he passed. I was performing I was on the same stage with him, and I still got videos on my phone and shit and all that. I performed G-Herbo, with Jay Critch, Fivio Foreign, Sleepy Hollow, all of them. I was just performing for all of them.
So when you decide that you do the correct way with your marketing run, that's when you gonna go back out and fuck up the market again.
Yes.
Okay. How important, as being a drill artist, do you feel like you have to take the career in your own hands, or is it best to get management or the right team? Because you know what I mean, we've talked, you know what I mean, off camera about having the right people around you and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And the right people need to have the same mindset that you have and everything. Tell everybody, as far as like an artist coming up, should they go get a manager or should they do everything for themselves until they put themselves in a position to have a manager?
Honestly, you can do either or. Like me personally, I manage myself for the longest, but I got the funds to manage myself. Not a lot of people have funds to like manage themselves, because this shit costs a lot of money. I already put up, I'm well past 50K myself, my own money. So I never really had no one really help me like that. Like when I'm doing big things with like features wise or anything, like it's always just me. It's always like coming out pocket and all that shit. So I was never look good with managers and shit. Anytime I get a manager, I'm always bumping heads or something, or niggas ain't fully committed and shit. So I just rather would just manage myself, honestly. But if you have a manager that's dedicated, that fucks with you and is dedicated to like put his time, his craft, and money behind you, then you're gonna get results out of that. I never really had a manager do that for me yet. Like I never had no one put a bag behind me or something, or want to invest into me yet, because I know where I'm taking this shit. I know how serious I take my shit too, because the money that I put in all these shows. But if you get a good team behind you, you could pop easily. Like if I had a good manager behind me, a good team behind me, I would pop easily. But I do all this shit on my own. I'm a one-man army gangster.
Do you think that that's the reason why it's taking you just a little bit longer, because you need to be more hands on your shit compared to having a manager who might be on some part-time shit?
Facts.
So basically, you tell me that your manager gotta be able to get beat the fuck up to in the line of fire, right?
If you're willing to take that risk, because I'm taking that risk for him if he's really down for me like that.
Okay. All right. Well, you know, mark me out of it. You hear that, bro? Mark me out of that management contract shit. I'm not catching nobody. I'm not catching the beat down. But nah. When you decide that you want to do music with somebody, as far as features is concerned, do you get somebody that's up and coming? Do you get somebody are you looking for somebody that's hot already, or just somebody that has like a real banging ass work ethic?
I low key, I think been there, done that already. So I've experienced like upcoming artists and already artists that's popping and stuff. So but my opinion, I'd rather work with upcoming artists, honestly, because upcoming artists be hot. So, and I know they're gonna be hot too in the future. Like, sometimes you play my cards right. So, I'd rather work with an upcoming artist. You could just pop like that easily. Versus but if you do work with someone that's already popping, it's like basically it's like a cheat code to already like making it. Like, basically, if I was to work with someone hot, like real hot, like, I would already make it. You feel me? Like, the first video we probably drop would probably just already do 1 million views and labels already calling and shit. So yeah, there's a few different routes to take for this shit. There's definitely levels to this shit.
So it's definitely it's not like a blueprint that's like, you know what I mean, that's etched in stone. You just basically you're going with the vibe.
Yeah, gangster.
Now speaking of features, because I'm glad that you mentioned that. Mm-hmm. Recently, you know, you've been all over the hip-hop news, independent scene, drill scene because of a feature that you paid for and you did not get the motherfucking feature. And the person's been dodging you. So, you know, I'm letting you just call that person out. That person may see the show. Matter of fact, I'm going to make sure they see the show because I'm going to tag them. And I'm going to make sure they get 300 comments. You know what I mean? What's the situation with the money that you paid for the verse?
Alright, so basically, as some people already know, I paid Dougie for the verse. Why I paid him? So I'm gonna just tell the story basically. I'm a long story short. So when Flock and Dougie and them was getting hot, like hot, before they got signed on. So when it was getting hot, probably I linked up with them September or October 2021. Yeah, probably around that time. That's when I first linked with them, and I hit Dougie's peoples, and I ended up getting in contact with him. The person at the time I thought was his manager. So I ended up talking to his manager. He got me in contact with Dougie and stuff. So long story short, I ended up like asking how much the feature was. And they said they're gonna, you know, do the feature, whatever. They told me the price. I told them I had the money already. I sent the money to his manager at the time. I sent the money to his manager. Then I said I'm personally give the other half to him in person. So I ended up linking with him in person, and I drove to him and shit. I linked with him. Gave him I was with him, I was with Flock, my man's Dougie, and we was just, you know, vibing and shit. I just gave him the bread and shit. We just, you know, talk about this. It was like some quick shit, because they was already taking off to go to the studio and shit. So it was on some quick shit. We just talking and shit, you know. Yeah, we just talking about the song and shit. And then after I got like back to the crib or whatever, days of just going by and shit. He was just ducking me and shit. I don't know. He was just ducking me, whatever, ducking me. He wasn't answering and shit. But then his manager was answering me, saying like he's gonna do the song and stuff. He was like, yeah, we're gonna do the song, bro. We're going to the studio tonight. We're gonna go there. We're gonna go tomorrow. Da da da. Like, it was just, you know, they were just beating around the bush with me and shit. Like, I was getting pissed off and shit. So, long story short, I ended up taking that loss. Now I think I gave him like $4,500 that first time. This is where everyone keeps thinking I sent him money. So I'm gonna clear this up. So I didn't keep sending him money. Like, I wasn't just sending him money, he just taking my money and shit. So I sent him the money, that 4,500. He thought he would never see me again, basically. So I ended up linking up with all his niggas. I was doing songs with all his niggas. So me and TG flocking out. We did a song, linked up, did a song. So that was good. He gave me good business and shit. Then after that, I ended up linking with Kenzo Baller. I did a song with Kenzo and shit. He gave me good business too. They was all giving me good business. Ray Baller, AC Zoe, that's Dougie's cousin. I was linking up with all them, just doing songs, and it was all giving me good business. Dougie was the only one that did funny business to me. So when I did the video to Rated R with me and Kenzo, when I linked up to do that video shoot with me and Kenzo and shit, AC was there and shit, and AC they already knew about the situation, so they was low key, they was tight about it. I ain't gonna front, they was low key tight about it. So they told me they was pressing Dougie about it. They was pressing him about it and shit. He was just kept telling them that he was gonna do it or whatever, I don't know. But so when we're at the video shoot, AC was telling me like, yo, I'ma go get Dougie and shit, cause my manager ended up telling him about the situation. I even told the nigga to tell him. The nigga just went and told him on his own. Then he's telling me like, yo, JR, come here. So I'm walking over here, and now he's like, yo, tell him about what Dougie done. I'm like, yo, I'm looking at this nigga like, yo, bro, what are you doing, bro? Like, why are you telling him this shit? I even tell you to tell him this shit, bro. Like, you bugging. Bro, like, oh, you bugging, bro. So now he put me on the spot, and I'm not even telling him full details on it. I didn't even tell him how much money the amount was and nothing. I just told him like it just basically went wrong. The feature went wrong. So he's like, yeah. AC's like, yeah, I'm gonna go get him right now. I was like, wait, what, for real? He's like, yeah, he's only like 8 minutes away from here. I was like, oh shit. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna get him right now, bro, and like he's gonna clear this up and shit. So I was like, alright, fuck it. So now. And this is what gets me tight, because me and Kenzo ended up bumping heads after, you know, I sent shots at them and shit with the Dougie B video and shit. Me and Kenzo bumped heads, and he's sending DMs to me and shit like, yo, why didn't you say shit to this nigga when I seen him and shit? So I'm gonna clear that up too. So when I seen Dougie at the when AC pulled up with Dougie and shit, he didn't expect to see me again.
Right, so he just thought that I got this nigga's money, and it's over. Game over.
He thought I was just a random nigga, and then he thought he was just gonna get off on that. So he ended up seeing me again, and then it was weird, because we was when we was about to shoot the video, we was getting food and shit real quick. So there was like a little circle of us, and I was like, Dougie was right across from me and shit. So I was looking at him like crazy, like I was just looking at this nigga like, yo, like. I'm just like, should I do something to the nigga, or like I'm just thinking in my head, like, but I you know me, I'm a nigga that like rather like if you wanna like talk to me about it like men and shit, nigga, we could talk like men. So he looked at me, he recognized me and shit, and then he ended up dapping me up. So he dapped me up and shit. So once he dapped me up and shit, I dapped him up. And then after the situation, he ended up calling me the next day. He hit me on the Instagram, told me like, yo, bro, let me get your number and shit. So I gave my number, and that's when he ended up calling me, and that's when he genuinely apologized to me, like literally apologized, like shit from like a bottom of a nigga's heart type shit. Apologized to me like, nah. He's like, nah, bro, like I'm really sorry about that situation, whatever, da da da. So now that led to him being like, yo, could you? He ended up asking me if I can help him out with KK's lawyer. So I'm like, why, what's up? He's like, yeah, bro, I'm just in a situation, like, could you just help me out with K's lawyer, basically? And he's like, could you, how much money you got, basically? You can send me, the money you send me now, it'll basically run concurrently from the money I already sent the nigga. So his feature price was like 10K or some shit now, because he's already signed this shit now. So now his feature price is like 10K and shit, but it was like 5K at the time when I gave it to him the first time, so the shit went up. So now, it's 10K, and he's talking about he'll give me a deal and shit. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, we could work something on and shit. So now, I ended up he's ended up asking me for like 3,500 or some shit. I had the 35. I didn't send him it over the like Cash App and he ended up wanting me to pull up on him in New York and shit so we could go to his studio and everything. Like he was like, yo, we could go to my Republic Record studio and all that and record the song, da 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 da. So I'm like, alright, bet. He was feeling so much, bro. He was trying to send me Ubers and everything. He was trying to pay for my Ubers to go out there and everything. It was crazy. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna find a way out there. My man's ended up bringing me out there. My nigga Lil, he ended up bringing me out there. We went out there. Basically, I met up with him. We went to the studio and shit. We did the song or whatever. I gave him more bread on it. That's when I gave him the other bread on it, right there and shit for the song or whatever. But we recorded the song. Right. The song is done and recorded.
See, I think a lot of people just think that he got the money from you. You send it to him all in one shot, and the song is not done. I think that's the part that's missing from the whole story because nobody is talking about how the song is done.
Exactly, and the song is done. That shit's in the vote. They're voting his label studio, but that was I ain't gonna front. That was the best studio I ever been to. That's the studio Drake and fucking Coyle Rain on me recording that shit. So that was the best studio I ever been to. I ain't gonna front. So me and my man is in there just fake booming and shit with him, and he just kept telling me shit like. He was telling me, bro, like, I'm a nigga from the hood, bro. I live smack dead in the hood, bro. Like, I'm trying to, take care of my family, get them out the hood and shit, bro. So, when you telling a nigga like me, a famous nigga that's verified, all that, damn, you rich, signed to a label, all that, when your nigga like you telling me, like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna change your life over and over and over. He's like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna change your life from this song. We're gonna go up. I'm gonna change your life. When you tell me that like 10 times, bro, how fucking nigga, I'm gonna get souped as fuck, nigga. Like, yeah, how you gonna change my life? But what?
Yeah, that's like getting a feature from Drake. Once you get that feature from him, it's up.
It's up, bro. So like, he could do that shit with anybody, honestly. Like, you could get money from anybody doing the same shit you did to me, bro. Like, anybody would fall for that shit because they believe in you. And I'm thinking you a real nigga and really like, thinking you solid nigga and shit. I'm already linked up with your niggas and all that shit. I'm thinking you really gonna bless me and shit, bro. Like, so the nigga is showing me love. He's in the studio telling me like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna change your life off this. We're gonna go up, like da 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 da. Like, so I'm like, all right, like bet. Like the whole time the nigga was just basically baiting me, bro. He was just doing that to get money out of me and shit. Like a weirdo. He just daydream as fuck, bro. So yeah, after the situation too, the nigga, like, after I left the studio, niggas out asking me and my mans, like, yo, you wanna be in DOA? Da 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 da. Like, and I'm like, I just, like, laughed it off type shit. I'm like, no, I'm straight, bro. Like, that's y'all shit. Like, I'm straight, like, but, I fuck with niggas heavy and shit, but, yeah, I'm just trying to do my own shit, really. So, I didn't accept the offer and shit, but I already got the fake hint that he wasn't serious, bro. He was just chatting. Like, the nigga was just chatting, bro. I'm like, bro, you just chatting, like.
What's the status? What is the status of the song now? Like, is it ever gonna come to light? And do you want it to come to light at this point?
No, that shit is trash. I don't want that shit to ever come on.
So that shit's a dub.
Fuck him. Fuck that song. Yeah, that shit's a dub.
Yeah, so you went through all the bullshit and, you know what I mean, and what we call it, the booty clapping shit, you know what I'm saying? The bullshit that motherfuckers want to do and just, you know what I mean, still ask you for shit.
Yeah, so. I get you though.
Yeah.
Yeah, them type of niggas is bad for business.
Alright, we're gonna stop this right quick.
Mm-hmm.